Alright, so I need you to know that when you watched one of the trailers this week and you started screaming incoherently during the Discord call, you did actually scare the literal bejesus out of me. But Jesus left my body and was like, oh no, we're not doing this. This is too much.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm irreparably broken. This is one of the trailers on Trailer Time this week is direct confirmation that at least one mainstream Hollywood actor has been wasting my life, apparently on purpose. Anyways.
I'm so happy with myself right now.
Yeah, I goddamn bet you are.
We'll get into it more in Trailer Time, but I did not expect this visceral reaction.
I bet you're real ding-dong proud of yourself. Welcome to Under the Bridge, everybody.
Welcome to Under the Bridge.
I'm Cody, aka the Scarlet Troll, pronouns he, him.
And I am Gregg, aka Gregg, also pronouns he, him.
And I had a whole thing planned about, I guess I timed the Suicide Squad cinema synergy poorly, or maybe people are just sick of hearing about Suicide Squad 2016, but instead, we've been co-opted by this. Anyways, this is our podcast where we talk news of the pop culture variety. Sometimes comic news, sometimes gaming news, pretty much always movie news, and also pretty much always a movie review. So make sure to ring the like button, smash that bell, and share the video around if you're into that sort of thing, because it really helps us out. We appreciate it, and I'm gonna need to lie down after this episode. So I'd appreciate it more than normal, honestly.
The engagement will probably help lower Cody's blood pressure, which is very needed right now.
God damn, I just got back from vacation. I don't need this.
Well, you got it, and you want it.
Well, you know what? Maybe I'll get you back for something. You remember Megalopolis?
Oh, sweet Jesus.
If you don't, that's fine. I barely remember it either. I remember more of Adam Driver's role in Ferrari than I remember anything from Megalopolis.
I mostly remember Aubrey Plaza, and just how much of a degenerate she's in this movie.
Yeah, her and actual cannibal Hollywood superstar Shia LaBeouf.
Yes.
Running for your life from Shia LaBeouf. Wait, he's got a knife, it's Shia LaBeouf. Ah, God. Now that's just in my head.
Man, what else can we afflict Cody with this week?
Well, apparently a Megalopolis graphic novel.
What? Why? Why such a thing?
I don't know, Greg. I'm so... God, boy, I think I need to rewatch Thunderbolts now more than ever. I'm sorry, Thunderbolts Asterisk. I can't make a joke about what the asterisk is because it turns out it's actually a pretty big spoiler, but we'll get to that.
Oh, we will absolutely get to that in due time.
But holy...
This is the part where we get a sponsorship from BetterHelp without how much you're broken currently.
I'm not sure I want it based on what I've heard, but I mean, I'll take money from just about anybody.
I mean, same, honestly.
As Arlo Guthrie said, I'm not proud. But unlike Arlo Guthrie said, I am tired.
Right.
No, so there's an October launch plotted for this, and according to Francis Ford Coppola himself...
Oh boy.
It is a sibling of the film, rather than just an echo.
Shut the fuck up.
I know! What does that even mean?
What does that mean? What the fuck is that even supposed to mean?
Is it I mean, there was all kinds of wacky time shit, I guess.
Is it being narrated by an African gray parrot? Is that what the echo is?
I thought his name was Alex. No, that's a different parrot, isn't it? He also said, I was pleased to put the idea of a graphic novel in the competent hands of Chris Ryall with the idea that, although it was inspired by my film Megalopolis, it didn't necessarily have to be limited by it. I hope the graphic novel would take its own...
So it can actually be good, then.
Maybe. Who knows? I'm not even gonna finish this quote. I can't. Megalopolis tie-in in 2025. Megalopolis jump scare 2025. You have no idea the fear it inflicted on me looking for news and finding a Megalopolis headline. Do you know? You understand? Of course you do. You saw the movie too.
Yes, I did. It was an experience, and not a particularly good one for that matter.
And still somehow not one of the worst things I saw that year.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work? I'll tell you how.
There was just so much hype around it, too. That's what's crazy about it.
I'll tell you how. Borderlands and the Strangers Chapter 1, that's how.
Yeah. I mean, Borderlands I did see, and I want my life back.
Yeah. So yeah, Megalopolis graphic novel. Fine, but whatever. Who cares at this point? Jesus Christ.
I kind of want to send you an Instagram reel, because I feel like it's relevant, but I also know it probably wouldn't be great since we're recording
Don't
right now.
you do it. Save it for later.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I guess I could have put the Natasha Lyonne generative AI film Uncanny Valley on here, but I don't feel like talking about that. Poor form. Just poor form.
Right.
Huh. So it's been a banger 12 months for weird horror expression. I mean, it's gonna be longer than a year, because we've gotten a slasher from the point of view of the slasher himself, we've gotten a haunted house movie from the perspective of the spirit, and now, thanks to Shudder, we're gonna get to watch a supernatural horror movie told from the point of view of the family dog.
Ha! Okay, you have my attention. Tell me more.
Well, Shudder's acquired US, Canada, UK, Ireland, Australia, and New Zealand distribution rights to a film told from the point of view of a family dog, and it's called Good Boy.
Okay.
And it's starring the director Ben Leonberg's own dog.
Aw, do we know what breed of dog it is?
I think it's a retriever?
Okay,
No,
retriever.
wait a minute.
I did immediately think golden retriever.
No, I don't think it's a retriever. Never mind. The picture I have isn't particularly great quality. I'm just gonna post it here, though. It's not a retriever. Looking at it, I think it's a mixed breed dog.
Yeah, it's definitely a mutt. I can definitely tell you that.
Which is good. That's healthier.
Yes. Pugs are unethical.
Right? What on earth? I mean, don't get me wrong, they're cute in their own way. All dogs are. But poor pugs, God left them unfinished.
Yeah.
As if he had anything to do with them. No, this is all our folly. You know that meme about, is that ham processed because I don't want it if it is? Ma'am, the presence of this ham monolith indicates that God is either ignorant to the workings of his kingdom or impotent to do anything about it.
Right.
That's what pugs are.
Right.
A rejection of a benevolent God. So, no, apparently the film is going to follow Indy, who is the dog, and his owner Todd, who are leaving city life for a long vacant family home in the country. And then spooky stuff's going to happen.
Okay.
Apparently, it had a sold-out premiere at SXSW, so...
Okay.
That's interesting. And then Indy won the coveted Howl of Fame award for Best Canine Performance.
Hell yeah.
Right? Dare I say, what a good boy.
What a good boy indeed.
I'm not seeing anything right now about when this is set to release. Okay, yeah, no release date's been set. That's sad. I can't wait. I'm very excited.
Right.
I'm excited like somebody asked if I wanted to go for a car ride.
Oh boy.
I needed that after... Well, we'll get to it. We'll certainly get to it. Time to bring the mood back down a little bit. You remember how we were talking about DC making a Sergeant Rock movie?
I think so, vaguely.
Well, it's no longer in development.
Oh, womp womp.
Yeah, apparently what happened was, it may not be a permanent cancellation. What happened was, there was a need for exterior location shooting in the UK that required it to start this summer, and the production couldn't make that date, so the project is now on hold.
Okay, so it's not cancel, but it's just on the back burner until a more convenient date pops up, basically.
Yeah. It's not clear, however, if Luca Guadagnino is still going to be involved. He was going to be directing it.
Oh yeah, so if it messes with his other commitments, that might be a problem.
Yeah. I don't think this was a thing that they ever officially announced. Like, I don't think DC ever 100% said that they were working on it, but man, am I getting some really bad flashbacks. Remember back when DC was working on on 20 different films? Those were the days.
Oh yeah, Pepper's Farm remembers.
We're making Nightwing! We're making Lobo! We're making The Trench! Just kidding, it was a Black Manta movie. Why is everybody walking away? Because I don't give a fuck! That's why!
Oh, how good the previous days were. Something ridiculous like that.
They weren't. They really weren't.
I'm
hoping they'll be better. We'll see when Superman comes out, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I'm not attached enough to Sergeant Rock to really care one way or the other how this goes. But I do like me some period pieces, especially, I mean, was it 1917? Or was it 1918?
What do you mean?
The one movie, the one that was, it wasn't
Oh,
all one long shot, but it
1917.
That was it, yeah.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Oh, that was an amazing movie with some really smart and really well done cinematography.
And I like Captain America: The First Avenger, and I liked most of Wonder Woman.
God, I remember how visceral reaction I had to the historical stuff in Wonder Woman, and I'm looking back at that, and I'm just like, I don't know if it's good or bad that the historical bullshit is my biggest problem with that movie. Ludendorff being the bad guy of the movie was kind of silly for me. I don't think I can overlook that at all.
That's the silly part for you. Not the fact that David Thewlis was playing not only Ares, the god of war's human disguise, but apparently underneath the helmet, there is still the David Thewlis fucking mustache. That's the silly part to me. That's the part I can't get around. You can see it under his helmet. The all-powerful god of war, he's got that stupid fucking mustache. What the fuck?
Magic mustache.
Magic mustache!
Magic mustache.
Wait, when were they getting, since when was Colin Farrell attached to star in this?
Oh, he is?
He was, apparently.
Okay.
What? When did that happen? I know Daniel Craig fell through, but I didn't realize they were looking at Colin Farrell, or maybe I did, maybe I forgot. Huh. I mean, I like Colin Farrell, he's a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we'll just have to see. Maybe they'll pick this back up, maybe they won't. Sergeant Rock did already debut in the DCU proper. He was in G.I. Robot's episode of Creature Commandos.
Yeah, I saw that apparently he shows up in like a flashback or something.
Yeah, I mean, you saw that episode.
Oh, that's right. That's when he's part of Easy Company.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
When G.I. Robot killed all those Nazis before going on to kill all those Nazis.
Well, I don't know anything about the extra characters in DC, so Sergeant Rock did not register for me personally.
Yeah. But now we're gonna circle back around, and now they're toying with my emotions this week. They really are. I don't know who they are.
This is gonna be a great bit of radio.
This is gonna be terrible for me. I'm gonna start getting PTSD flashbacks from tonight while I'm editing it tomorrow.
So what about that one episode of Thunderbolts and everything? Shut up!
Breathing into a paper bag.
Thunderbolts. There's like just a long pause, and then there's the cartoon reach behind off screen. There's just the world's biggest paper bag with like an Acme logo on it.
Ugh. No, so per the Hollywood Reporter, he hasn't pitched an idea to the studio yet, but Ryan Reynolds is apparently in the early stages of writing treatments for a film that would team Deadpool up with members of the X-Men.
Doesn't that happen in the comics pretty frequently? Yeah,
Deadpool is very much... He is not a mutant in the comics, but he's mutant adjacent. He was part of Weapon X, and his...
Yeah, so wasn't he part of the X-Men?
No, not usually. I mean, okay, here and there he's been one, but he's not a true mutant in the classical sense. I think he's either got a stolen X gene from Wolverine, or his powers are reverse engineered from Wolverine in some way, and that's why he's got the super awesome healing factor.
Oh, okay.
And because of that... you know how Deadpool is. He's a needy, attention-seeking fuckwit. He'll latch on to anybody, but very frequently he tries to exploit that Wolverine connection for goodwill with the X-Men, and the X-Men are just, Wade, no.
Yeah, Wade, fuck off.
Wade, get out of here. What are you doing? Wade, we don't have time for... Wade, we are on the verge of extinction for the 15th time. We don't...
For real this time.
I swear to God, Wade, there's 198 of us left and we still don't want you.
Mm-hmm.
Worldwide, 198 mutants still don't want Deadpool.
Right.
No, but I think they gave him a shot and he blew it as he always does.
Well, Wade Wilson, from what I gather, is very much the unrelenting child who just wears down the adult until they go, okay, fine, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, sure. If by unrelenting child you mean the baby from Son of the Mask. Oh, boy. It is interesting, though, because, I mean, back before the Fox merger happened, they were working on an X-Force movie, and since X-Force at the time was, Deadpool, Colossus, Cable... Negasonic Teenage Warhead, Yukio, Domino, and Dopinder.
Right.
I don't know that this would be that, it sounds like it would be more members of the actual X-Men. I mean, Colossus is a member of the actual X-Men, but,
Yeah. So everyone here knows I like racing games. There's a particular racing game franchise called Tokyo Extreme Racer, and one of the things that makes the game unique is that your driver name is based on your actions and what you do while you race in the game. And Negasonic Teenage Warhead does actually sound like a name from that.
Okay.
For reference, there is a team. Let me try and find it real quick. There's a team in the third game whose whole thing is driving high-performance Mitsubishis that are all in a camouflage theme. And let's see. One of the members of this team is actually called, I shit you not, Creeping Time Bomb. And there's another one called Invisible Recon. Negasonic Teenage Warhead sounds like she's a member of this team.
I could see it.
Yeah.
It's also funny because her powers are completely different in the comics. She's a psychic in the comics.
Oh, really?
I think they might have changed her powers after the movie, though.
Oh, okay.
Who knows? Multimedia synergy, it's a curse. You'll see once Thunderbolts gets rolling again.
Oh, boy. Man, no one is having any fun for, the last couple weeks.
Not a bit. No fun to be had.
No fun allowed.
Trailer time?
Yes, trailer time. Was that really all the news?
That's all I had. That's all I bothered to put.
Okay.
I mean, do you want to talk about Donald Trump going off the fucking edge and declaring 100% tariffs on movies produced in foreign lands? 'Cause I fucking don't.
I mean, I don't either.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We're going to trailer time.
Let's do trailer time.
And I may be bleeping that. I don't know. No, you know what? It's staying in! It's trailer time again. We've got movie previews to watch. It's trailer time again. Anyways, I'm a little bit miffed because straight off of the teaser trailer, they dropped an actual trailer for Weapons. How dare you?
Yeah, that's freaking weird. It also looks cool.
It does! Don't get me wrong, it still doesn't give anything away as such. I'm getting some ideas based on, again, the fact that I've seen Zach Cregger's previous work, Barbarian, and also the fact that the interesting thing about the movie Barbarian is that the title has a few different layered meanings, and I wouldn't be surprised if Weapons is similar.
Considering what the trailer gives away, in the essence of it's a horror movie surrounding these missing children that are more than likely possessed by something that all belong to this classroom of this specific teacher. Considering what people think of when they think weapons as a word, I'm curious to see where the tie-in is there.
Well, the most obvious thing is, I feel like this could be some kind of maybe sound-based government thing. Like maybe they're trying to weaponize the children. However, considering the fact that the entire community turns on this teacher because it's only her class that's gone missing, I think you could also just as easily make the case that the children are being weaponized as basically paranoia tools to turn the entire community against this woman.
Right.
But who knows? We'll see.
We'll see indeed.
Well, let me tell you, when that one kid sat up, whoo boy.
Oh yeah, that was nightmare fuel.
Nope, put your head back down, please, kid.
Yeah, for real.
I don't need to see it. No, you're too pleased with yourself. Get out of here.
Mm.
And also the people Naruto running, breaking through the glass. What's that about?
Yeah, that was nuts.
Don't get me wrong. I still didn't need a trailer this explicit, but I'm not unhappy we got it.
Right.
But yeah, no, we'll see. I'm very excited. Speaking of horror, we got a trailer for Together.
I am more interested in this significantly than the previous trailer, but I don't think it's a movie that I can stomach.
Oh, I'm definitely going to this. You cannot stop me. When does this come out? Maybe you could stop me depending on what comes out. But
right.
If I have anything to say about it, I will make the time until it turns out that I'm having a really bad week and I don't have the time.
Valid, I think?
At least I know myself. I'm consistently inconsistent.
Right.
Oh, fuck me! What do you mean July 30th?
What else is coming out July? Oh, wait, Fantastic Four.
That's post-Metrocon and post-Fantastic Four. I'm gonna be exhausted.
Nice. literally drag your ass by the ass to the theater.
Oh, God. But no, this looks fascinatingly distressing.
Mm-hmm.
And I love those kind of movies.
I didn't know that Allison Brie and Dave Franco are married.
Oh, in real life?
Yeah, in real life. Ooh, that's a layer.
Oh, that's juicy.
That's juicy for this movie.
Oh, I didn't know that either. What the heck? That's amazing.
Oh. Maybe this is marriage counseling.
I
don't know anything about their relationship, because to be honest, I don't really pay attention to either actor or actress very frequently, but it's like, maybe this is some weird-ass, high art, probably millions of dollars marriage counseling?
I don't know. Apparently it wasn't written or directed by either of them. It was written and directed by Michael Shanks. This is his directorial debut. But I wouldn't be surprised if the fact that they're married gave them some specific input that helped the movie evolve a little bit. Certainly almost definitely helps the chemistry, I'd hope.
Yeah, I'd hope so too.
Can you imagine you're making this movie with your actual spouse and the reviews come out and the critics are just like, yeah, they got no chemistry. What do you... What?
That would be hilarious.
That's distressing to think about.
That would be amazing.
I don't even... Oh, God, that's horrible. I mean, it's funny, but it's... Ugh. Just the bit with the... For the pain, grabs the fucking... I don't remember what that tool is called. That's not a bone saw, right? No. A bone saw is
it's
different.
a saw of some kind.
It's some kind of saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Ugh. And just the little bits of them sticking to each other, which is a really interesting codependency metaphor, since since all the review quotes gave away that that's what it's going to be about.
Yeah, like codependency is definitely one of the main themes of the movie.
I'm looking forward to this. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
So then, this one we actually got ahead of Thunderbolts Asterisk. God, I can't wait until I can rip the Band-Aid off and stop making these fucking Asterisk jokes. Yeah, I'm really unhinged right now, let me tell you.
Just you wait, boys and girls.
He's really excited. I hope I don't fail the expectations, but this is the equivalent of when I had my worst joke ever for The Nun 2.
You know, I don't remember the joke itself, but I do remember being very angry at it.
Yeah, because I kept building it up, and it ended up being, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but I wouldn't make a habit out of it.
Yeah, it's just, really? That's what we're here for? That's what we got after all this foreplay?
Wouldn't make a habit out of it. Anyways, Now You See Me, Now You Don't is the trailer we got.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen any of these.
Yeah, there's, 3 of these?
Yeah, apparently this is the third one. Jesse Eisenberg, that's who this is. No, wait, or is it Michael Cera? I keep getting them mixed up.
It is Eisenberg.
It is? Okay.
Have you seen the teaser poster for this movie?
No, I'm afraid. Hold on.
It screams pretentious, honestly.
I mean, there are a bunch of illusionists. It's kind of in the game.
Fair. Like EA Sports.
Which one are we talking about?
The teaser poster on Wikipedia.
Oh, yeah, that's... Nah, it's just... they're an MC Escher painting. Who cares? Yeah, no. What do you mean Michael Caine's in the other ones? What do you mean Mark Ruffalo's in the other ones?
Oh, really? Does that mean we have to watch these other ones?
Gregg, this comes out in November. This is just shot up to the Cinema Synergy list.
Like just one of them or both of them?
Only one. I'm not covering 2 movies for one episode.
Has Jesse Eisenberg been in all 3 of these?
Apparently.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Along with Woody Harrelson. Hey, it's Dave Franco again.
Hey, look at that. Is your wife in this too?
No, Isla Fisher is, though.
Hmm.
But she wasn't in the second one, I don't think.
Okay.
I don't know. This looks weird.
It looks very weird.
I guess they're just really good illusionists?
I'm looking at this, I'm like, I don't think this looks good, but I am interested. This feels like a junk food movie.
Oh, yeah, 100%. This is gonna be... I hesitate to insult Persona 5 like this, but I feel like this is gonna be the Persona 5 of movies.
Okay. No, I can kind of get that vibe a little bit.
Just start playing Life Will Change. Just...
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I can see that vibe.
I made myself sad.
Oh, really?
A little bit. Huh. I don't know if I can look at Persona 5 the same way again. Oh well, I knew what this was. Unlike this, where I have no idea, but I guess we'll find out in November.
Right.
Alright, now it's time! I I was in a pretty good spot. I was a little tired, but I was ready to do this. We were gonna go from that into this weekend's box office, and then we were gonna talk about Thunderbolts, Asterisk. But then then Gregg comes to me and he's like, "Hey, there's a new trailer for an A24 movie called The Smashing Machine. I remember we talked about it, and it's starring Dwayne Johnson." And I went, fuck. And then he said, "It actually looks pretty good." Fuck. Fine. I'll watch the trailer. And you know what? He's good in this. He's actually fucking acting. How long has he been able to do this? Could he have done this the whole time? Do you have any idea how pissed off I am? Realizing that I've sat through I don't know how many terrible Dwayne Johnson movies, and apparently he could have just actually been acting the whole fucking time?
This is better than the time I brought up Crackoon.
I'm livid right now!
This is 100% better than the time I made you watch the Crackoon trailer.
I have sat through fucking Get Smart, Tooth Fairy, Fate of the Furious, Baywatch, Rampage, Black Adam, and even though I like those movies, him also being The Rock in Moana, and this whole time, he could just act? What do you fucking mean?
I really need to emphasize how much your mic just went garbled at the last little bit of that.
Yeah, I'm losing my shit, Gregg, because now I just have another reason to hate The Rock. Not only does he think he's better than me, but pretending he's not, he can also fucking act, and he's just, I guess he's just been choosing not to. 'Cause this looks great!
It does look very good. It looks very compelling and very serious. I don't know anything about either of, because I don't follow UFC or know anything about its history, so I don't really know anything about Mark Kerr or Mark Coleman. Since the movie's focused on Kerr for sure, but one of the central themes is his relationship with fellow fighter Coleman. So, it definitely looks like an interesting time. Definitely it looks like at least a little bit of a sad time. I could definitely see that there's going to be elements of self-worth, drug abuse, probably steroids with how Jack the Rock looks in this, because I'm going to be honest, I have thought for a while, and a lot of times that we see The Rock in movies, that he takes something, but that is clearly not his body. Whoever is doing like the makeup or whatever for this film is very, very good at their job.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. There are points where I struggle to tell that it's him, which is
Yeah,
insane.
Like when I was watching it for like the first half of the trailer, I'm like, this guy looks like The Rock, but I'm pretty sure it's not him. And then at the end, when it's showing the cast, it's like Dwayne Johnson, like, really? Okay.
Yeah, no, so, I mean, I'm looking forward to this, but on the other hand, what do you mean the whole time he could just have been acting? I'm so fucking livid!
I can see that.
At least I've got a short for this week, regardless.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for that.
I think I might have given us a short, albeit maybe a longer than average one.
God, what was the point of, well, I ain't exactly hard to find, you sumbitch?
Man, we still don't know when that movie's coming out, do we?
We still don't know. I'm gonna have to pause for a sec, I think. I'm cutting this bit because of the background noise, but I just want you to know how fucking mad I am about knowing that The Rock apparently had the ability to act this entire time. Just, I'm flabbergasted. I'm offended.
He's Smeckledorf.
I'm fucking Smeckledorf, Gregg. I'm goddamn
That's not even a word, and I agree with you.
Alright, so now that that's over with, let's go to box office.
Let's do the box office.
We did see the highest grossing movie domestically this weekend because it was Thunderbolts, Asterisk. God, we're so close. Soon. Soon.
Soon,
I'll
trademark.
be able to see my family again. Hold on.
I'm not making any noise.
Yeah, yet.
Well, I was
I can hear
not
him.
making noise.
The
this
thing
time.
is, Gregg, if you fail at that, then I have to do a second take anyway, so...
Well, you know what, Cody? You take that anger you're feeling at me and be angry towards the movie that you're mad at.
I'm not mad at a movie, I'm mad at The Rock. He's been deceiving us the whole time. Did you know he can actually act?
That son of a bitch!
Right? I might leave that part in. It depends on if the mic picked up Gregg. But no, Thunderbolts took in $76 million domestically this weekend, and in total, it's sitting at $162.1 million worldwide against a $180 million budget. So, still got a bit to go.
All right.
But that's a solid start.
That's a good start. It's a good amount, and it seems like this is, by the standards of Marvel, thankfully, a more conservative budget.
Yeah. And also, word of mouth has been positive. Some are even calling it the best movie since Endgame, which, no, definitely not.
I mean, I would say that's Deadpool and Wolverine.
First of all, Guardians 3.
True.
Not a single thing that's come out post-Endgame is in the same conversation as Guardians 3. But
that is both fair and valid.
Even if that weren't the case, even if you take that obvious outlier off, you've still got Shang-Chi, you've still got Deadpool and Wolverine.
Black Panther 2?
I got a real hard time saying that.
Fair enough.
But, I think there's an argument to be made that that's better than Thunderbolts.
Mm.
And you know what? What the fuck? I'll lean into the personal meme in our friends group. I'll put Eternals up there.
Alright, I will personally hard disagree with that.
Yeah, well, that's your fucking right.
I will definitely hard disagree with that one. Thunderbolts, for me, wipes Eternal's ass. Or Eternal wipes Thunderbolts. You know what?
Somebody is wiping somebody's ass.
Yeah.
But no, I'll say, for all the skepticism around the roster that I was also throwing around, this is a damn good movie. Until...
like the last 2 minutes.
Until like the last 5 minutes, but we'll get into that.
We'll get to that.
It's not enough to tank the whole movie, it's just enough to make me go, you son of a fucking bitch, Dwayne Johnson! What the fuck?! I'm kidding, he's not in the movie. I'm just still mad.
We call that a comeback, and this is, oh god, could you imagine if he gets cast in the MCU?
Don't call it a comeback, he's been here for years!
For years!
Ugh.
Wouldn't it be something if he ends up in Doomsday and ends up being the actual Doom this whole time?
No. Dwayne Johnson
God.
If Dwayne Johnson is anywhere near Dr. Doom, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be fucking drastic, let me tell you.
I feel like if we were both filthy rich and I had the wherewithal to be in charge of one of these movies, I would be half tempted to try and pay Dwayne Johnson to be there just to piss you off specifically, because that's how good of a friend I am. Oh, this is a good bit of radio this week.
You know what? I'd pay him to be Mr. Fantastic just so he'd get to plow Vanessa Kirby.
Well, I mean, we already kind of saw that in Hobbs and Shaw.
God fucking damn it! He stole my own joke!
For me personally, this is one of the best episodes we've ever done.
I might have to make like 5 shorts that are all just, I hate The Rock!
I mean, I know that shorts can be up to 3 minutes long
Oh,
on
I
YouTube,
couldn't splice these together if I wanted to. That's just a lot of fucking work. So anyways, Thunderbolts, Asterisk, I still can't tell you just yet. We're in the non-spoiler section.
Thunderbolts Asterisk, I still can't believe it's not butter.
Oh, man. That wouldn't be a contender for the short if I didn't have 50,000 Dwayne Johnson rants to pick from.
Or you could just make multiple shorts this week.
I might. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just stagger them out.
You're right.
So, the premise of Thunderbolts, I'm not going to make any more Asterisk jokes for now. I'm tired. I'm tired of them. I'm tired of this whole thing.
There's no way you're going to keep this joke going throughout the entirety of the review.
I don't have it in me anymore. So, the premise is... The main focus of the movie is Florence Pugh's Yelena Belova, Natasha Romanoff's adopted sister, a Black Widow, an accomplished one in her own right, who has since left the Black Widow life behind her, and she hasn't quite gone straight because she's doing terrible things for terrible people, but it's work, it pays the bills, it gives her something to kill time, and people, and...
Yeah, I was just saying, it's like, damn.
But through it all, there's this pervasive feeling of dissatisfaction and emptiness within her life, a void, if you will, and...
A void almost caused by finding out that Dwayne Johnson can act.
I'll never get over this! Never in my life!
Florence Pugh just watches the trailer for the Smashing and goes, "What the fuck is this shit?"
I swear to fuck. It could be... I could find somebody, fall madly in love, it could be my wedding day, and I'll still be haunted by that revelation.
I'll be there just like, alright, so here's what I need you to not do. Have you ever seen a movie called The Smashing Man? She goes, "Oh, I love this movie." He's like, shh.
What I need you to do
Don't.
is remove any and all rocks from the premises on the day.
I will find a good painter that my boss's wife knows, and I will ask them. So it's like, I need you to draw just the best picked portrait of Dwayne Johnson on this rock,
You
just so I can present it.
son of a gun!
I will pay you $100 to do this for me.
We're getting off topic. Back to Thunderbolts. Asterisk. I'm so tired of the Asterisk tropes. So Yelena agrees to do one last job for her boss, Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and in exchange for this one last job, she wants a more public-facing role. She wants to try and be more of an actual hero, spurred on by her adopted dad, Alexei Shostakov, aka Red Guardian, played by David Harbour, who... what a fucking loser.
Yeah, what a fucking lovable loser.
Yeah, no, I like him. He's great, but what a goddamn loser. If you don't want the job, I'll take the job. You just said you felt so fulfilled. I was lying, Yelena.
Look around, I'm miserable.
Look around, I'm miserable. Oh, don't I know that feeling? I feel like that's a really funny thing. Watching everybody positively react to this movie and going, man, y'all are just gassing this up as the best thing since Endgame because y'all are new to this pit of feeling despair, uncertainty, and self-loathing. I've been here for years. I don't want to gatekeep mental health problems, but get the fuck out of my lane.
He was molded by it.
Jumping from one thing to another, hoping that everything is gonna fill that empty hole inside you, and when nothing does, it just gets bigger and bigger for that knowledge that you'll never be able to repair it, or the means of doing so is beyond your comprehension because it requires, I don't know, some step you're not willing to take. This isn't about my problems. I know I need therapy. Get off my back!
And this is a wonderful segue into Thunderbolts.
Yeah, no, actually, that pretty much perfectly sums it up.
Yeah. Well, you were kind of doing the summary for this movie.
I was. In the process of doing this one last job, Yelena comes into conflict with Taskmaster, aka, what's her name? Oh, right, Antonia Dreykov, that's it. Ava Starr, aka Ghost, and John Walker, aka U.S. Agent, all of whom were called to this place at Valentina's behest. Turns out, whoops, she's trying to kill them all. And with help from Bob, played by Lewis Pullman, they have to escape the facility and expose Valentina for the nefarious shit she's getting up to. Right, because she's also director of the CIA and facing impeachment. So she's trying to clear all the evidence.
Yes.
And I feel like getting much more into it is kind of a spoiler. At least getting into the nitty-gritty details of it.
So go watch this movie.
No, we can still talk about other stuff.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it was one of those things where because of how deep it goes, it's hard to talk about the movie without spoiling stuff.
No. I think there's plenty more to be done. Sebastian Stan is so tired. Like me.
I'm not gonna go for what is now low-hanging fruit.
Walking around like a perpetual sad, tired old man, you know?
Well, yeah, he's a congressman now.
Right? That's kind of a weird development, honestly. They do stuff with it, but I feel like they don't do enough with it, and also, he's a former Hydra assassin cyborg, which, I mean, wow, boy, after November, It's amazing how much less hard that is to believe. It's so much easier to believe that Bucky could get elected to Congress now, you know?
Yeah.
Nothing surprises me anymore, except for the fact that The Rock can act! What the fuck?!
See, I wasn't gonna make that joke when you talked about Sebastian Stan looking tired, so I'm glad you made it for me.
Yeah, cool, glad I could help. So, obviously, not a lot of diversity in this roster in terms of powers, because, as Yelena herself helpfully supplies, we all just punch and shoot.
Yeah.
But it's not really about that. It's actually a pretty interesting character study. I feel like you didn't necessarily need to call them the Thunderbolts to get this character study to happen, but it wouldn't be the first time that Marvel took a team and slapped a completely unrelated name on them, stares at the Defenders, but,
Yeah.
hey, whatever. And I mean, the action is solid. Everybody, despite the skill sets not being that diverse on paper, in execution, they all have unique ways of playing off of each other in a fight and personality-wise. God, I never thought I would say it's good to see U.S. Agent again, because he's a fucking asshole, but...
Yeah, he is a fucking prick.
But, boy, it's really good to see him, weirdly enough.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the standout performances here are Yelena and Bob. They're the best around.
They're definitely the best. Also, can I just say how much a haircut can change the look of somebody? Because Bob is played by Lewis Pullman, who, I mean, I know I've seen him in plenty of other things, but the two main things I know him for are this and Top Gun Maverick, in which he plays Bob, the Wizzo to Phoenix in the movie. And boy howdy now, it's amazing how much a good haircut, or in this case a messy haircut, can completely change the look of a person. Because I'm looking at Bob throughout this movie, I'm like, I know I've seen your face. I know that I've seen your actor in other things. I'm just like, but who the fuck are you? And you were the one who actually told me, it's like, yeah, he played Bob in Maverick. I'm like, holy fuck!
Yeah, I was a little surprised you didn't recognize him.
No, I had a hard time with it, because I'm looking at him like, I know I've seen your face in other shit.
The really funny thing is, I feel like Top Gun Maverick is probably the only thing you've seen him in. I've seen him in Strangers Pray at Night, and I forget, did you watch Bad Times at the El Royale?
I think I wanted to, but I didn't get a chance to see it.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I never got a chance to see it.
Okay, because he was in that, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know him from more things, but I also mostly recognized him from Top Gun Maverick, where he was Bob. And, God, he's really good in this. Juliet Louis-Dreyfus is here. She's not bad. It's just, her character's infuriating. Kind of like Amanda Waller. I mean, that's pretty much the biggest parallel to the Suicide Squad in here, is her and Amanda Waller both being infuriatingly incompetent and also frustratingly good at weaseling their way out of consequences.
Yeah, they're frustratingly incompetent and even more frustratingly solid opportunists. Because they're both characters who, not even halfway into the movie, I would really like it if you just died now.
Yeah, exactly.
Or at the very least, if someone punched you in the face.
Also a standout, and I'm not just saying this because of Drive Away Dolls, but despite the fact that she's not part of the team and doesn't really have an awful lot to do in here, Geraldine Viswanathan as Mel, Val's assistant.
Oh, yeah.
She's great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she's great.
She's so good at facial expressions. It's amazing.
She is a really, really good face actor.
And also, her arc, while definitely not the focus of the movie and kind of shunted off to the side, is really sad.
It really is. It's pretty unfortunate. Because it's one of those things where you can, even if you've never had the kind of job or role that she plays in the grand scheme of things, you can absolutely understand where she is and how she feels throughout if you have any sort of empathy in you whatsoever.
Yeah. Let's see, what else do I got? Okay, so here's a little bit, and I feel like this isn't a spoiler because we see, I don't know if they named the major antagonist in the trailers, but when we see the freaky shadow guy turning people into shadows just on the floor or the wall or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like I could talk about this because I like how right at the start of the movie, one of the first scenes we get is Yelena fighting her way down a hallway, casting these long shadows. God, it's a really nice parallel. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I really don't want to just cut to spoilers here, but God, it's hard, especially because I will say the last 5 minutes for me personally doesn't ruin the movie, but
it's not satisfying.
It didn't even knock it down a tier, but it does sour me on it.
Yeah. Actually, I'd never asked, where is this on your tier list?
Oh, I put it in a very good movie.
Okay.
It's definitely better than Brave New World.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know that I'd call it what Martin Scorsese would call cinema. And actually, maybe that is just because of the ending.
Mm-hmm.
Because the ending is where I feel like the interconnectivity of the MCU comes back to bite it in the ass because it's mostly just set up for a future thing. And while it's yet to be seen how that plays out, it's a frustrating move in the context of this movie that doesn't get enough development to justify what a cheap fucking shot it is.
Right.
For all I know, Avengers Doomsday... I'm sorry, I've been mispronouncing that. Avengers Doomsday is gonna cook up some amazing plot with this team, since we know most of the actors are coming back, because they were confirmed in the cast reveal video that went on for entirely too fucking long. But...
Right.
No sign of Ryan Reynolds or Hugh Jackman, but we gotta know Channing Tatum is back. Fuck, that's not what this is about. But...
Oh, this is a good episode.
Yeah, I know, great, except for my sanity. But that's what makes for good content. That's why we do it. That's why I make so many jokes that make Gregg angry, because, frankly, it's good content. Now I'm just on the other side of it. And I love it. It's fun. I'm having a good time. Having a ball.
Having a good time. Having a good time.
You know, my niece will sing along with that song.
Mm.
It's adorable. It's the cutest thing in the world.
Right. It sounds like it.
No, but, let's see. I'm amazed for how... The film's not devoid of color. It certainly doesn't have the sad, washed-out filter over everything. But it does a really good job playing with the lighting.
Yeah, no, that was definitely one of the... Even in the very beginning of the film, when we get the whole, like, Marvel Studios logo drop, even that was, like, totally... Yeah, this is going to be a lot of this film, guys.
Strap yourselves in.
Yeah, because I feel like even when they show the comic strips, which I found out, apparently... I don't know if this really counts as a spoiler per se, but all of the reason why it looks so different is because all those comic strips that were shown were actually strips that involved the Sentry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All of the panels and whatnot, those are just all times the Sentry has showed up in the comics. But it is a thing of, like, even when they show that starting, I felt like even the color of it was a lot more muted than it normally is. You could definitely tell it was still, like, predominantly red with, like, the colors from, like, the comic strips and the characters and all that, but it definitely, even that felt more muted than normal. And then it just goes into, like, just straight black logo. Alright, they are wasting no time.
Yeah, and even the music gets... I don't know if distorted is the right word, but it's certainly not the upbeat... Da 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 da.
Yeah.
I like that they're playing with the logo more in these recent movies. I respect it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll also give the movie props. It does a really good job getting me to sympathize with this pack of utter fucking assholes.
The most overpowered, useless idiots on the planet.
Probably because I see a lot of myself in them.
Mm.
Because we'd all like to think that we'd be the Avengers if we got superpowers, but more realistically, we'd probably be these guys.
Yeah, honestly. Vanity and all.
Oh yeah. That can't be it, can it? I mean, I'm losing my voice, but that's just because I keep screaming about Dwayne Johnson.
Is it a spoiler to talk about the themes of mental health in this movie?
No, I don't think so.
Because that's definitely something that I really appreciated, is that it's going to sound wild without seeing this movie, but this movie has one of the most genuine, heartfelt, meaningful examinations and kind of thematic topics of mental health and how much it influences a person and how crucial it is to have healthy mental health that I've seen in any kind of movie.
And the emphasis of a good support network.
Yeah, having a good support group of people who really care about you and want to help you. It was honestly, that portion on its own is what elevated the movie to heights for me, because I feel like a lot of the time, in a very general sense, mental health is one of those things where it's always looked at with a little bit of, why would you talk about that or have to deal with that? Where it's like, it always feels like addressing mental health and trying to better your mental health always has some kind of stigma attached to it, when it really shouldn't. I would very much argue that, I don't know, with the possible exception of heart health, it's probably the most important thing for a person to keep healthy. And I really enjoyed how much this movie just really hammers in how important it is and how much a person can fall if it's not kept in check.
See, I don't know. I don't know that I'd call this one of the best depictions I've ever seen. I'll certainly...
Well, maybe not one of the best depictions, but definitely one of the most heartfelt.
I'll certainly call it the best depiction I've ever seen in a mainstream blockbuster comic book movie. I'll give you that.
Fair.
Which is kind of you know what? Maybe I'm underselling it a little bit. The fact that a major Marvel Studios movie would devote this much time to this premise, that is pretty amazing on its own.
I'd say, like, if you're looking for something that actually does a really good job of it, you could probably find, like, a pretty solid horror movie, if nothing else, that gives it, like, the attention it deserves. Because it is the thing of any good horror movie, at least, there's always some kind of... The horror is the central theme, and the theme of it usually relates to some part of humanity. You know, we've seen movies talking about, like, mental health, physical health, drug addiction, what have you. All of those things being the monster, per se.
Yeah.
But I think part of it as well is that it is the fact that it did it in a way, in a film that, on, like, the basic level of it, is a much more accessible movie than something like a horror film or what have you.
Right.
That's the reason why I was, like, so kind of, like, astounded by it. Because, like, in the same sense, like you said, this isn't, like, a major blockbuster comic movie, which are normally, for lack of a better description, horrifically silly.
And this is still silly, don't get me wrong. There's some silly shit going on in here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%.
But it's also used as a framing device to get to somewhere real. Anyways.
Any hoozles! Is this the part where we go into spoilers?
Yeah, I think it is. So, this is definitely worth seeing. 100%. If I sound less than effusive, it's only because I burnt a lot of energy screaming about Dwayne Johnson.
This is gonna be your Bat credit card, isn't it?
Oh, God. Maybe. Who knows? Look, it's like the whole thing about if the thing that catapulted us into fame had been me talking about how Dr. Doom should keep his mask on even when he's hate jerking off to a picture of Reed Richards, I would have been fine with that. I'll also be fine if the thing is, I hate The Rock, alright? I'm fine with that.
I do love how that short not only got so much attention, but a lot of the attention came from MF Doom fans. I'm just like, my people, thank you for coming.
Did it?
I saw a few comments referencing, like, MF Doom on that short.
You're right. Dang.
My people, I am so happy that you are here today.
So anyways, if you don't want to get spoiled on Thunderbolts, Asterisk, this is the last time I have to make one of these jokes. Thank fucking God. At least until I reference it in another episode within a couple of weeks where we still can't give away the spoiler because everybody still hasn't seen it, so I'm actually still probably trapped. But this feels cathartic, and much like how the film parallels that depression and loneliness and self-loathing can't be entirely smashed down and escaped, perhaps I'll never actually escape the Asterisk jokes in Thunderbolts. But regardless, where's it going with this?
Smash Mouth starts playing in the background.
Somebody once told me. So if you don't want to get spoiled on Thunderbolts, I'm not doing it again. Click away in 3, 2, 1. Fuck Marvel Studios. Not for the Thing.
Well, yeah, the Thing doesn't show up for another 2 months.
God damn it. But not for the twist they have pulled, but for the fact that now they're marketing the hell out of the twist. They're spoiling it everywhere.
They've even spoiled it on the Wikipedia page for the movie.
Right? Which is
insane.
That's not what I mean. That's not the part that's fucking crazy to me. They're releasing posters that are now calling it the New Avengers. And fuck! I fucking hate that. It's like they went, oh, you thought this is a bad Thunderbolts roster. Well, I got news for you. It's not. It's an even worse New Avengers roster. How do you feel about that? Bad.
It really is a crazy parallel, too, especially considering that at the beginning of the movie, when DeFontaine is having her impeachment hearing, she talks about how the Avengers aren't coming, and then at the end it's like, I give you the New Avengers! I'm like, you motherfucker.
Oh, I'll do you one better. A lot of this movie is a parallel to the setup of the Avengers. Straight up, you've got Val at a government hearing, basically showboating around, going, I'm invincible, just try and touch me. AKA she's pulling a Tony Stark from Iron Man 2.
But significantly less charismatic.
You've got all these heroes called together by a shadowy government puppet master, admittedly in this case to try to kill them. You've even got Val standing in Avengers Tower, having a drink, while people are assembled to kill her, like Loki and Tony Stark. Culminating in a big battle in New York.
Right.
I'll give them that. That's really good. The thing that I don't like about it is that it feels like an afterthought.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's kind of gross that they spent this whole movie trying to take Val down, and all she has to do is go, yeah, they're the Avengers now, and apparently they all just went with it? And I can wrap my head around most of them doing it, because ultimately they're still kind of self-centered people. A few good acts don't completely override a life of self-preservation and what have you. But Bucky, who was formerly a congressman trying to find the evidence to finish impeaching Val, would throw that away just to be an Avenger, which he's already been.
Bucky's whole thing is the only part that weirds me out. Because Bucky is one of the Avengers, without a shadow of a doubt, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So it's weird for him to break away from the Avengers and be part of a new Avenger. Oh my god, I just said the fucking thing.
He did it!
To be part of a different Avengers thing. Which, that's the only part that does not resonate with me at all.
And I mean, I can conceive of explanations. There's the fact that if they try to bring Val down, they're gonna have to bring Bob into the spotlight, and not only do they maybe not want to subject him to that, but there's a chance that could cause the Void to run rampant again. But there's no time dedicated to it. It's just, they're about to beat the shit out of Val, she lures them into a press conference and goes, they're the new Avengers! And then Yelena just leans over and goes, you know we own you now. And Val gets a oh shit look on her face a little bit, roll credits, and then we just go straight to the stingers. There's no time to digest what's going on here. There's no time to get into why any of them would decide to go along with this instead of just throwing her ass under the bus or killing her like Alexi wanted to do. And you know what?
I was fully on board with Alexi killing her.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
But,
I just thought of something too. Because this is honestly something I think would kill the chances of this new Avengers team actually getting anywhere. If the new Avengers are under the US government, there's no fucking way it's happening with Alexi being there. Because Alexi has made no qualms and has never hid how much is tied to the Soviet Union. We literally see him watching old videos of the May 9th parade, where he's there or edited into being there, which I always find that shit personally hilarious, by the way. Like, for when they do it with Steve Rogers, where they edit him into, like, historical footage, there's just a part of my brain that goes, okay, that's fucking funny.
Yeah, but I mean, I assume they know, but they probably also think they can control him with promises of fame and glory, because they absolutely can, because he's a fucking sellout.
Well, I figured the main thing would just be as long as Yelena's safe, then it's whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure he would throw all of that away to save Yelena's life.
Yeah.
I mean, he pretty much did in the movie.
But, no, the new Avengers thing doesn't work for me, and I'm sure they're building to something with this in Doomsday, but again, that's not out yet. That's not going to be out for another year. I can only examine it in the context of this movie itself, and in the context of the movie, it's weird and undermining and annoying for no discernible reason. No clearly established point. It's just them selling out, and fucking what? Why? What are you talking about? What? Why are any of you going along with this?
As we've established many times, I'm not as well versed in the comics as you are, but it is a thing of, even when they said, I give you the new Avengers, I'm like, ooh, I don't like that. And then the movie ends with the Thunderbolts logo, and it just gets ripped off, and it's like, the new Avengers, and the Avengers font. I'm just like, no.
And look, I'll give them this. I'm sure this is supposed to be a kind of a send-up, and it in some ways it feels like oh, you wanted the Avengers so bad? Here's the literal worst Avengers roster we could come up with, and they're tools of the government. But the movie doesn't end in a spot where I really believe they would put themselves in that position, and it's also a thing of, now that they're marketing the hell out of it, it feels like Marvel themselves is doing what Val is doing, and just jumping on the Avengers name to drum up hype and put butts in seats, and it's so fucking cynical! It's so goddamn cynical that I don't know if they're aware of it and just choosing to lean into it, or if they don't even realize that they're basically Val right now.
Right.
But it's frustrating as fuck. But, that does not completely undermine the entire rest of this movie, which is otherwise really damn good. I like that Yelena takes time to talk to a guinea pig. You can't get me through that scanner, can you? No, you've got your own problems, don't you?
I forgot that the guinea pig was a thing, because we see the guinea pig, I think, in the original trailer for the movie. I also appreciate just more than anything else, how wonderful of an actress Florence Pugh is, especially with her just communicating both verbally and through body language how done she is with everything she's doing. Just at the beginning of the movie where she's infiltrating the lab. And again, I know we see this in trailer when it's, hey, reporting in, mission is, oh wait, hold on a second, and just turns around and watches the explosions like, okay, mission's complete. Where to next?
The fact that she spends the entire opening shootout with the scientist narrating what's going to happen, that's such a good meta joke about these movies that she's just going through the motions by rote, going, yes, this is what you came to see, and now he's going to do this, now I'm going to do this.
Well, I feel like Yelena's character has always been good at kind of calling out the usual, like, superhero nonsense.
Yeah, that pose that you do.
Yeah, the whole superhero landing thing just lives rent-free in my head, where she does the whole landing like Scarlett Johansson, whipping her hair up and just going, ugh, no.
Disgusting.
No. I really do enjoy that her character is a foil to all of the whimsical nonsense of this universe.
No, that's great. I would have liked a little more focus on Ava, aka Ghost, but I like that she's kind of the more amoral of the bunch. She is the ostensibly most ruthless, not counting Taskmaster, who, holy fucking shit,
Holy shit.
They actually fucking did it. I didn't think they were gonna. I thought it was a swerve. I thought it was a bit. I thought it was a misdirect. I thought they left her off the cast list for Doomsday because they were having a funny. They were leaning into the expectation that she was gonna die because most people didn't really like her character, but nope, they fucking did it. She's dead. Just fucking shot dead by Ava. Her body gets looted by a U.S. agent and Ghost, who then goes, she would have wanted me to have this. And then she gets fucking incinerated. That's it. She's dead. Good night.
I feel like Ghost was gonna just leave her be or whatever, just let her do her thing, and then Tasker goes, Dwayne Johnson's a really good actor, actually.
Alright, listen hear you. Listen hear you. No, that's funny to me. And it's really funny watching everybody complain about it.
Are people complaining about it?
Oh, yeah! People are like, what do you mean they just killed her off? So now they wasted this character just to kill her? Y'all didn't like her anyway! What the fuck?
Yeah, she was not well received in the Black Widow movie. She hasn't shown, to my knowledge, because I'm very bad at
shown up
keeping with
since
TV shows. Okay, yeah, it's like she hasn't shown up since the Black Widow movie. What were they gonna do with her?
I mean, admittedly, the reason why they killed her doesn't make a lot of sense. Allegedly, during the strike, they did some rewrites, and they were like, this movie's kind of bloodless, and we kind of want to give the feeling that anyone can die, so we're gonna kill off Taskmaster, and apparently that's part of why Ghost is sort of out of focus in this movie, because she and Taskmaster were supposed to develop a bond in the original draft. So, that explains that. But also, you can't say we did this to establish a feeling of anyone can die when nobody dies after that.
Yeah, it's like, this isn't a Kame ga Kill.
No, what a waste of time. I love it, it's hilarious. She just shows up and fucking dies, that's it. Bam. In the first 5 minutes of being on
It was
screen.
really unceremonious, too. Both of us were just, like, completely... Well, I won't say I think we were shocked, but not in shock, if that makes sense. And it's just, I was like, this is probably the best way for your character to go out, but man, is this a horrifically unceremonious death.
Oh, speaking of that fight scene, what the fuck are her and U.S. Agent's shields made of? Because...
That's a really good question.
It's clearly not vibranium, because they still get damaged and scratched up and stuff, but they're still able to do the fucking ricochet tricks. That's not super soldier serum that lets them do that, it's the vibranium shield, I'm pretty sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if Taskmaster's shield is made of vibranium. But
where would they have gotten it?
Agent, I don't know. The Black Widow agent turned mercenary. Who knows? Actually, I did want to ask, though, because when U.S. Agent's shield gets bent, and they keep that just with him through the whole movie, is that something that his character normally has, like just a bent shield?
He does not have a taco shield in the comics, as far as I know.
There is no taco shield?
There is no taco shield.
Okay.
No, John Walker's arc is great in this, because he's trying to present himself as, oh yeah, I'm well put together, everybody loves me. I used to be Captain America, and instead his life is in shambles, his wife left him and took the kid, and he's been lying about it until Bucky just fucking outs him in front of the rest of the squad.
Which was so great because he did it accidentally, too. So Bucky just shows up to, air quotes, save them, but it's actually capture them and bring them to be evidence for Fontaine's bullshit. And before this, Walker is basically lying about having his family together and all that. And then Bucky just goes, yeah, I've been where you are, but that doesn't excuse what you did.
I know it's hard because your wife left and took the kid.
Yeah, it's just like, ooh, damn, we're just gonna out him like that. I mean, I'm cool with that, because the man's a fucking prick, but...
I love during the bit, and I know this is in the trailer, but it plays out so well. I love when Bucky shows up and wrecks the convoy that's after them. John is just like, yeah, alright, because he's like, yeah, it's Bucky, I know that guy, and then Bucky shoots the explosive at their car, and you can see his face drop like, oh, right, he doesn't like me.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. There it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little irked, because Mel doesn't get a lot to do in this movie, and that's really frustrating, because I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be Melissa Gold, aka Songbird, aka a founding member of the original Thunderbolts back when they were doing the villains pretending to be hero shtick. But there's no indication she has powers. She doesn't get in any action scenes. She kind of just disappears after she triggers Sentry's kill switch to stop him from killing Val, and her idealism completely shattered, just wearily goes, you owe me a raise.
I mean, I think it was completely justified for her to be like, I get a raise for this.
No, it's justified, but the way she delivers it, you can tell it's just the last bit of, not complete decency, but the last bit of hope and idealism she had on trying to enact meaningful change in the way that she has is just gone, because now she's had to kill a guy to save her scumbag fucking boss. And not even just to save her scumbag boss, but because the guy she tried to kill was an even bigger threat, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
So that basically affirmed Val's whole shtick of there are no good guys and bad guys, there are bad guys and worse guys. And just, it's heartbreaking. It's so sad.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that means she comes back, and if you make her Songbird, I will watch whatever you put her in, I swear. I mean, I was gonna watch it anyway, but I'll watch it much more effusively.
With this movie, it is just people who show up, I'm like, wait, are you going to be a permanent fixture in all this? You're not who I expected, but I will definitely take you.
Yeah. I love the bit where they're in the truck, and they're just talking about what they can all do and the gear that they have, and Yelena's asking U.S. agent, what about your hat? Oh, your helmet? Yeah, I mean, it's a good helmet, right? Yeah, do you like the hat? And she's making him so fucking insecure about it. I love how they all just take the piss out of him because he was just a washed out Captain America. He's like, all right, I'm only here to bring you in, so both of you tie yourself up, and they just start laughing at him.
Yeah. Even
Bob calls him an asshole.
Which I was like, ooh, alright, that's good. We like that.
That's great. So it turns out that Valentina's company, Ox Group, which she's supposed to have divested herself from, funny how that works, when she took the CIA director position. Turns out, no, she hadn't, and also they were working on creating brand new superheroes to replace the Avengers, and apparently only one survived, and it's Bob, who, upon realizing this, Val immediately pivots and tries to turn him into a one-man Avenger squad called the Sentry, complete with dyed blonde hair, which is just horrifying, really.
Yeah.
But I love how her assistant points out that having a mentally unstable meth addict with superpowers try to be your one-man Avenger squad is a terrible idea. Val brushes her off, and then very quickly realizes, oh shit, that is a bad idea, because she tries to use Bob to kill the rest of the Thunderbolts, and when they escape, she's like, now we go after them and kill them, and he's like, no, I'm not gonna do that, why would I do that? They're no threat to me. Because I told you to, and because I'm in charge, you have to listen to me. Why?
Yeah, why?
Why would a god ever listen to a mortal? You're throwing the G word around real loosely there.
This is the culmination of all the mistakes I've made.
Yeah, because then he points out, you said I was stronger than all the Avengers rolled into one, and those included at least one actual god, and you could see the look on her face of, oh, fuck.
And here we are. The consequences of my actions.
Damn it. No, I'm infuriated she didn't die. I certainly hope she does in a future movie.
Yeah, honestly.
Hopefully to Doom.
That would be something.
Or really anybody.
Robert Downey Doomy.
Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Doomer. Okay, Doomer.
Doomer, okay. Listen here, you little shit.
No, really interesting climax, because the Thunderbolts stand no chance against Sentry, and they certainly don't stand a chance against the Void, who is proper horrifying and a manifestation of all of Bob's doubt and self-loathing. I like that a lot. I like the big maze of interconnected shame rooms, as Yelena calls it.
Yeah. God, his powers are just horrifying. And the way they just show his powers, too, because we just see Red Guardian, like, save a little girl from her imminent demise, and they're having a small moment, and then she just gets voided right in front of him.
Gone! Like, Thanos snapped his fucking fingers again! It's the snapping round 2, baby!
Mm-hmm. Oh, that is fucked up.
Horrifying. Especially because, God, it comes after such a triumphant moment of all of them working together and saving people and showing off their skills and gaining people's adoration, and Red Guardian manages to single-handedly save this girl without her getting injured. It's amazing, and then just horrifying. She's just gone. She's dust on the pavement. Just, holy fucking
just
shit.
Thwump.
And of course they come back, because Marvel doesn't have the balls to actually kill kids on screen. But if they did...
Cody, what are you asking for right now?
I'm just saying it wouldn't have killed them, or maybe it would have, to have some actual consequences. I know actual people died. That's fine. It's whatever.
See, now my whole thing is that because it's established that everyone who gets voided just goes into their own respective shame room or their own nightmares. I know there's no way they would have done it with the budget or the time needed, but I was kind of like, so what do these other New Yorkers' shame rooms or nightmare rooms look like? Because that's the part I am significantly more interested in right now.
It is kind of frustrating that we only get Yelena and Bob's. We don't get any of the other of the Thunderbolts. I mean, we can guess what Bucky's are. It's all of his memories of Winter Soldier, even though as he puts it, nah, my life's great, I'm fine.
That was very much him lying hardcore. It's like, you're good? It's like, yeah, I had a great life. My rooms were fine. Oh, you so need a hug.
And that's how they save the day, hugging it out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I expected some level of talk no jutsu, because there is no way in fuck they were gonna fight the Sentry and win. I love when they're all trying to fight him in Avengers Tower. He's no-selling every single thing they do. You get the triumphant moment of Bucky shrugging his jacket off so he's got full mobility, and he's getting ready to go in there and just starts wailing on him, and it's not doing fucking shit.
Yeah.
That was really good.
That was very funny.
I feel like I'm jumping all around and still missing some key points, but I mean, the odds are I'm going to see this again anyway, so...
Mm-hmm.
If that's not an endorsement that you should go see this, I don't know what is.
It's like, don't miss a chance to see the B-Vengers.
The B-Vengers. Okay. The main reason this doesn't bring it down a notch is because I'm sure Marvel is aware of this, because most of the credits is just everybody, news outlets and magazine covers and stuff expressing skepticism about this new team. Calling them the B-Vengers. Do they have what it takes? Just nothing but skepticism and doubt.
Can we do it? Question mark.
And then it turns out, okay, this one, apparently the Russos actually directed the second post-credit scene, which makes sense because it poses a lot of fucking questions that I'm sure they have no intention of answering, and they're just gonna leave for somebody else to pick up, as they do. But apparently part of the problem they're facing is that Sam apparently trademarked the Avengers name, and he's suing them over it. But that begs the question, was the Avengers trademark just vacant the whole time? Because merchandise of them exist.
Like, within universe.
In universe. Well, actually, come to think of it, that was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which probably isn't canon anymore, but...
Oh, that's true, yeah.
I'm sure some kind of merchandise of... Hell, Rogers the Musical exists! But... that begs the question, did S.H.I.E.L.D. not? Did Stark Industries not? Does nobody have the trade?
I was to say, if there's anyone who would own that copyright, it would definitely be Tony Stark.
And hell, I mean, if nobody had the trademark, why didn't Val snatch it up as soon as the team was finalized? What the... That's such a baffling decision. You didn't even need the trademark part to be like, yeah, they're phonies, because you've got Captain America fucking pissed off at them.
Yeah.
It's just such an unnecessary little detail. And for what? Just so the post-credits can go on a little bit longer before you finally reveal, oh, yep, Fantastic Four in the main MCU. We all knew that was fucking coming.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. It's not like their movie is less than 2 months away.
Yeah. Boy, real glad. You just couldn't keep it in your fucking pants, could you? Like the new Avengers twist. You just couldn't fucking keep it to yourselves, huh? Oh well.
Yeah. You can't keep it to yourselves, like you can't keep it to yourselves that Dwayne Johnson can act.
I'll ignore that.
Okay, yeah, sorry. That was not a good one either, so I'm glad you ignored
No,
that.
I'm running out of steam. I don't have time for this fucking bullshit. Oh, man. I don't know, you got anything else?
Not particularly.
Alright, in that case, thanks so much for listening, everybody. As you can tell, I am losing my voice something fierce. I can't wait to wake up tomorrow and not be able to talk. It's gonna be great. What do you fucking mean? The whole goddamn... I sat through Red One, and you're telling me he could have been...
Alright.
Fuck!
We know what one of our October movies are going to be.
Do we?
Yeah, the Smashing Man comes out in October, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
Or Smashing Machine, yeah.
So, next week, there's a few different options, actually. Shadow Force, if we really hate ourselves. There's also Fight or Flight, which is, I think it's an action... Oh, it's an action comedy.
Okay.
About a mercenary tracking a target down on a plane, but they're surrounded by assassins.
Okay.
So there's that. There's a Romeo and Juliet musical.
No.
I might. I'll level with you. There's
Really?
only one thing higher on the list for me than that, and that's Clown in a Cornfield, which is a horror movie. So...
What the fuck is... No, I'm not gonna ask that question.
Well, I'm glad you almost asked. Let me tell you. Eli Craig's new horror film, Clown in a Cornfield, follows Quinn and her father, who have just moved to the quiet town of Kettle Springs, hoping for a fresh start. Instead, she discovers a fractured community that has fallen on hard times after the treasured Bay Pen corn syrup factory burned down. As the locals bicker amongst themselves and tends to boil over, a sinister, grinning figure emerges from the cornfields to cleanse the town of its burdens, one bloody victim at a time. Welcome to Kettle Springs. The real fun starts when...
How tough are you?
Shut the fuck up. The real fun starts when Friendo the Clown comes out to play.
Friendo the Clown.
Yeah. As you can imagine, that's at the top of my list, but Juliet and Romeo is a close second, but...
Fair.
This could be a weekend where I see 2 movies and you see none from the sound of it, but I guess we'll see.
We'll see what happens, yeah.
Yeah, but regardless of how that shakes out, and regardless of how long Dwayne Johnson's been pulling the fucking wool over my eyes, this has been Under the Bridge with Cody, aka the Scarlet Troll.
And with Gregg, aka Gregg.
And we'll catch you all next week.
Goodbye, everybody.
I'm so fucking pissed off about that. You don't even you cannot fathom the depths of my rage. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.